Okay, fellas, today is the day. Today I'm telling you how to fly across this field, get these user interceptions, get these tackles, shoot the gaps, do everything you need to do. We're talking about how to become a better user. I'm not gonna talk about this too much. I wanna get into this video. We got 5 tips today to become a better user. Let's get into the video. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get this money. Okay. Forgot to mention, we're talking about defense specifically here. So the first thing I need you to do is make sure, if you want to become a better user, this is extremely important. Right now I'm in my Madden Ultimate Team, but I need you to do this. You can do this in regs, you do this wherever you want to do it, but we're doing it in Madden Ultimate Team. Your user that you decide to pick to control needs to have one particular stat. This stat is very important, and that is change of direction. Change of direction basically allows you to change direction. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that part. Now, the threshold for this is normally around like 90, especially for offense. If you have an offensive player with change of direction that's less than 90 and he is a skill position, you may want to consider replacing him with someone else. It makes getting to gaps, making those quick cuts, stops and goals a lot harder if your change of direction isn't high enough. Now, what I'm looking at right now is Jamal Adams, and I have sprinter on him, which is going to lower his change of direction by 2 points. And you see right now he's at 87. He doesn't meet that 90 threshold, and he's not that great of a user. It gets to the point where it even feels like he's slower, because as you try to either go back or come forward to cover like that Texas route or even cover some slants and post combinations, Jamal just cannot get it done because he's at 87 change of direction. Even though he's 6'1", 99 speed, 99 man coverage, all that other good stuff, pursuit, acceleration, all that other stuff is great. His change of direction is garbage, which makes him almost a garbage user. Now, there's other things you can do, like take sprinter off of him, but then he wouldn't get that 2+ speed. Now, who I do like to use for my user, if I'm not using Isaiah Simmons, is going to be Derwin James. See, Derwin James also has that 99 man, 99 zone, 97 hit power, 98 speed, all that good stuff, but this man meets the threshold for change direction, which makes his user a lot better. You can just change direction better. I think we already talked about that, but this is going to be a better user for you. He's 6'2", 98 speed, and all that other good stuff doesn't really matter because you're going to be usering him, and he has that 90 change of direction. So the first thing you need to make sure is that you're using somebody with good change of direction. If you don't, you're basically going to be taking yourself out of play because the guy can't change directions. I feel like that's the third time we've used that pun. Now, there's something else that you also need to do if you want to become a better user at Madden. A lot of you guys haven't even seen this menu because you touch game on and you go straight into regs or to Madden Ultimate Team. Familiarize yourself with the game. There's things in here that you need to know that's gonna make you a better user. So what I need you to do is come into this menu forehead and look at this stuff, because this stuff is affecting your game, son. What we're looking at in here, or what we're looking for in here at least, is going to be coming in here and looking at the gameplay helpers. Yes, there are settings in here that affect your actual gameplay, such as auto flip defense. What this basically does is it flips your defense to the strong side of the offensive formation, and that indeed will flip your buttons or your hot routes or your defensive adjustments. If your play is flipping to the strong side and you don't know which side you're making your adjustments to every play, this can affect your speed in making your adjustments on defense. So a lot of us have it turned off. If you don't make a lot of adjustments on defense, I suggest that you turn this on, because this is going to put your defense in the best spot. This doesn't affect your usering skills, but absolutely does affect your defense. Ball hawk, defensive ball hawk basically means that you can hold triangle or Y and you're just gonna try to go for the interception. A lot of times if you do this incorrectly, you'll see bad defensive ball hawk, and that's what this is talking about. This basically gives you the ability to hold down Y and still catch those interceptions. User control defenders will auto move into positions to play the catch when executing the catch mechanic while the ball is in the air. Forehead is right here. This is what it does. If you don't want the ability to just move into the correct position to catch the ball, turn this off. I have it on. I think this is one of the good things that Madden has done in this game. This mechanic actually still works. Now, talking about competitive and whether it should be on for competitive is a whole different story. You guys know how I feel about AI controlled animations and AI controlled plays during competitive, but for weekend league, head-to-heads, regs, this is good to go. Turn this one on. You have my approval. Defensive heat seeker. This one to me is weird. Some people play with it on, some people play with it off. I'll basically read this to you. User control defenders are steered towards the ball carrier when attempting to run or dive into them. Now, I have an issue with this one because if I'm shooting the gap, sometimes I want to avoid a certain way, and then the defensive heat seeker will actually bring me back into the blocker because that's the way the running back is going. This one doesn't work as well as ball hawk, but I know a lot of people who can work around that and still shoot gaps well. I have this one turned off because I don't want the computer controlling the angles that I'm taking to get to the ball carrier. Basically what this does is as soon as you click on somebody and you're trying to go either dive or run to them, the computer is going to assist you in your stick skills to go ahead and make that tackle. I have it turned off. I don't like it. Defensive switch assistant. When a user switches players to another defender, user movements will be assisted to prevent them from taking their new player out of the play. Now, if you're doing this a lot and you find yourself trying to click on the defensive tackle, but it actually clicks on the DB because the quarterback's throwing it too quick, and you take yourself out of the play, that's basically what this is. This prevents you from taking yourself out of the play. I don't like it. Turn this off. This is going to affect your change of direction. This is going to affect your user skills because basically it's trying to help you stay in the design or designated route or location that you're supposed to be in and not take yourself out of where the computer believes you're supposed to be. Tip number 3, at least I think we're number 3, is to blitz the defender that you're actually using or put him in a quarterback spot. I think I found way better success with actually blitzing him. What you're gonna do is basically press down on your left stick and then press down on your right stick. That is going to blitz the user that you're in. Now, I'm not saying that you're actually going to blitz forehead. I'm basically saying that you need to blitz him to get better change of direction, which is going to ultimately allow you to be a better user, whether you're using the middle of the field or you're covering a receiver or a running back, whatever it may be. You want to make sure that you're blitzing your actual user. This just gives you better change of direction. So in this particular play, you can see that my guy pretty much can just roam around, do as he please, and he's just good to go. If I was to have him locked onto the running back in this man coverage, you'll see that I don't have as much success changing direction as I would. Like my guy, like if you see that little stutter right there, my guy cannot move the same way he would move as he's blitzing. For some reason, Madden has it set up that if you're blitzing, you have better change of direction. And if you're actually in coverage, your guy coverage way better. He just is a way better coverer. So go ahead and blitz or put your user into a quarterback spot. That's going to give you better change of direction, which will make you ultimately a better user, which will help you cover those routes in the middle of the field. That leads us into tip number 4. Shooting gaps and letting go of speed. I don't know how many times I've told you guys this in the past, but Madden is a game of mechanics, and one of those mechanics is knowing when and when not to press speed. So important in this game to know when to press speed on both the offense and defensive side. Pressing speed and going full speed all the time is not the way to go in any Madden, basically. Even if you're a running back, even if you're on defense, if you press speed too soon, your defenders will come off of their block and they will block you. If you let go of speed at the wrong time, your change of direction will be horrible. Knowing when and when not to press speed is a big part of playing Madden. This one I can't give to you in less than 2-3 seconds. You're gonna have to practice. A basic rule of thumb that you can use is if you're trying to make a play or create a situation or get open or get through a gap or whatever it may be, you may not want to be at full speed when you're shooting that gap or running through that gap. You normally want to get to full speed as you're getting through it. So after you've already found the gap, you're approaching it and you're on the other side, go ahead and start pressing speed there. I actually, when I shoot gaps, I don't even press speed because I'm already in the backfield. I just need to take a good angle and get to the quarterback. So what I'm going to do here is I'm basically going to shoot this A gap here with this 4-4, and I'm not going to press speed at all. I'm going to show you guys the difference of me pressing speed and me not pressing speed. So this very first play, I'm not pressing speed at all. So basically what you saw, I was able to just roam around at that offensive line. I wasn't pressing speed at any particular time. None of the offensive linemen came and got me. Now, if I do press speed, and watch us press speed on this one, it's going to look a little different, even on the same play. You see that offensive lineman immediately comes up and grabs me, and I'll stand in the exact same place. The last tip I'm going to give for you today is one that it really takes a lot of time to I guess, adjust to, especially if you're not used to using, especially if you're using someone in the middle of the field. And that's just basically to know your assignment. I know that sounds simple, it sounds weird, but I see a lot of times where people are using and they get baited by something underneath and they completely take their guy out of their assignment, and that leaves something open. So right here, I can see my safety is responsible for the deep quarters. I'm going to take my safety and blitz him. And at any given time, I'll bring this safety up here. I'm giving up a quarter of the field. And if that tight end runs a streak, that's my guy. No one's going to be close to him because that's where I'm supposed to be. So know where you're going to be weak at if you leave. Now you can always replace yourself with another defender. So I can take Y and move Y back or do something like this, and Y will then pick this guy up, but that kind of leaves this open here. So knowing when and where you're supposed to be certain places and route combinations is a big part of understanding where you're going to be as a user. Also knowing when to pass people off because they're going to another zone is a good part to practice and understand as well. So let's look at this really quick. I ran with drive post here, and basically everyone's going to be a crosser. Let's say that I'm using this guy here, right? And I start seeing people cross. I need to know when to let off. So I cannot take this 16 guy all the way across the field because I'm going to leave up a hole here. I have to know when to peel back. Normally a good time to peel back is when you're about 2 yards out from the next zone. That's when it's really good to peel back. So I'll show you what I mean. So you see, I'm going to take him here and now I'm going to peel back. And now you see what happens. So basically once this guy got past me and I saw that he was going to go straight, I know that he's going to this free safety here. Now that could be a really tight throw if he tries to fit that in there. But I know off gate that this middle linebacker has a deep hook. So I need to be responsible for anything that's coming in this area here. So I take this route here, right? Because this second route that's behind him here, he still hasn't made his way to me. So I'm going to take this route here. And this is just understanding my zone. I can carry him all the way to about, I said 2 yards before, maybe do about 5 yards. I can carry him all the way to this guy here because he's the guy that's outside. That's my purple route, right? Then I can start peeling back. And now I'm playing this route here and I'm playing this route coming across. So if that guy was to bullet it, I should be able to jump up and catch that depending on where he throws it. And I passed him off here. This takes a lot of practice. I cannot explain this to you in a short amount of time, but knowing where your other defenders are and when to peel back is a big part of knowing your assignment, and it will make you a way better user. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, I hope you all get more lurks in the future. It's been your boy, DJ Chef. It's been love as always love. We out here. Peace. Take care.